What's up, everyone? Let's start one quick stream. I'm gonna stream like 2 hours. Today is January 22. January 22nd. Imagine how this month passed so quickly, right? Everything is just flying around. I don't know. I was thinking something. This time I'm gonna talk about a little bit. What my game should be. I wanted first to be like detective story, but then I put it like um zombies. Then I started to recreate Resident Evil rooms, and I was like, what the fuck am I doing here? But then this game, it's turning into some kind of, I don't know what. Resident Evil. Evil Zero OCT. I like these ones. They're very relaxed. Niku. So, alright. What? Alright. So, what I want to talk about this time. Like, I want to talk about a little bit what's going on with what's the future of Resident Evil? What's the future of horror games anyway? You know, what's the future of the horror games? What was the last one? Project 3, right? Oh, it's Project 1. Project 3? Yes, it was Project 3. Let me see. Respawn in chest room. Oh, chest room. Yes, completed. So I got to this point. I don't know what I'm gonna make here, but I got to this point. So I was thinking something like, if I had opportunity to make Resident Evil game, like with all the budget and everything, or if I made a movie, let's say a movie about Resident Evil, I would create a little bit different story than in the game. You know why? Because it would make sense more in some way. For example, I think the games shouldn't involve any like too many independent characters. They started with Chris and Jill. They started with Chris and Jill and everything, right? So, so they created a story about that bioweapon and everything. The thing is, when Resident Evil 2 supposed to be start to be in the making, they actually different. It had different, so many different plans, like to continue the story of the Chris. Like, wouldn't it be wouldn't have more sense if Chris somehow come back to the police station and to start investigating like more, and then to be a major character in the game again, which would make him something like in Code Veronica, you know. But only he would be in RPD station and stuff like that. So he would exchange Leon. Then we would not have Leon. When they started making Resident Evil 2, they introduced Leon. And they created a totally different story. The only in Resident Evil 2, there is one file where it says that Chris went to the Europe, which is I guess in the Code Veronica part, which they made later on. So he left the RPD. So he kind of, you know, they kind of tricked Chris Redfield, because Umbrella was actually where stars are. You know, they built the bioweapon lab inside the police station, under police station. So Chris didn't know that when he come back from the Arkham Forest mansion. So he didn't know about it, so he left to search more about, because Chiefs, what's his name? The guy in the RPD station, that is crazy guy. He's the chief of the police, I think. And he tricked Chris and like not everyone to believe him what he's saying, you know. To him, to Jill. So I feel like the Resident Evil would be totally different if they made like Chris to investigate what happened to the everything. But when Chris left Raccoon City, the chaos outbreak started, and Leon got involved. So what I want to say is, in my game, I want to make some background story. Okay, so here, when I want to make story about this guy that was hiking, he went to the Arkham Forest, and he was being attacked by monsters, whatever. He come back here to the police station, and he was telling them everything what happened, that he killed some zombies, whatever, that he killed some monsters. But nobody believed him, so they locked him up. I'm gonna make story about him when I start making prison. The prison is gonna be all the way down through the hallway when I get out from everything. So in that prison, there's gonna be some dude. You will find notes. How when he escaped from the forest, and they locked him up because they thought he was the killer, because they found dead bodies of the zombies, which, you know, when you shoot them in the brain, they will not get up anymore. So he killed them with some kind of whatever, you know, knife, whatever. And a community story, like he defended himself and he killed them. He splashed his brains, and they come over there. They investigated everything, and then they took the bodies and they bring them to the police station. So these bodies should be people from Arkham Asylum. Not Arkham Asylum, what I'm saying, Arkham Forest Mansion. Some of them, they were luring around the forest, and they were zombies. So they were, you know, bring it here. So there's gonna be story, like, I want to create, like, they started experimenting on them and shit like that. They study it because they didn't believe that guy that zombies are coming back to life and shit like that. Like dead people are coming back to life or some shit like that. Maybe I could make story that hiker stumped into some old cemetery that was behind the Arkham Forest. That was old, maybe thousands of years. Who knows how many years? Fucking, that was some old fucking graveyard, and they actually experimented through the bodies and everything. So those dead bodies, they came back to life or some shit. And plus, I could make story like they were burying the bodies over there of the failed experiments and shit like that. So I could mix it up, a lot of shit. The thing is, in my story, it'll be something different. Everyone's saying like movies should be same as the games. Yes, they should. But for example, if I was director of the movie, and if I had chance to make a Resident Evil movie, like a Resident Evil 2 movie, not 1, 2. I would make with Leon and everything, but I would make like Leon came first to police station, and they celebrated his at the beginning of the movie would be like he's coming with he's like new recruit. He's saying goodbye to his family, and everybody saying goodbye to him. You know, he has I don't know, the maybe does Leon has a sister or somebody? No, he doesn't have anyone. He's a single dude, right? In the family. Let me see. Leon, yes. Claire, the sister of Resident Evil, Chris has because Leon. Yeah, but the Leon does. I know Chris. Siblings? There's no evidence that to confirm whether Leon has any siblings. So whatever, I would make like he has sister or brother, whatever. I would make that. So the first scene of the movie would be he's in a he got new clothes, he got new car, and he just needs to drive to the Raccoon City for the first day at his job because he was recruit. So first time he was saying goodbye to his family, to his sister, and everybody's just like waving at him, and everybody's smiling. Everything's nice, beautiful day. Kids are playing around, and he's leaving, like and his mom was like, "Be careful, Leon," and he's like smiling, "Don't worry," like whatever. And when he leaves, he stops on a gas station. The next scene, he drives like a little bit, and he stops on a gas station, and he asks the guy inside. He was getting gas, and he asks him how far is Raccoon City from here, how long, and he was like 30 more minutes. You just go down the road. It's long road. And he was like, okay. So he grabs some snacks, whatever, uh, and he leaves. And when he goes inside the car, when he just leaves, he sees the truck coming back behind him, and stops on the gas station before, and he starts leaving, and he sees on a mirror the truck coming back to the behind him on a gas station. And the next scene would be he's leaving, and the truck comes there, and there is like scene like very like from far away. It's coming out. You can see gas station like standing in middle of the nowhere, outskirts of the Raccoon City somewhere. And Leon leaves after that. And then after that, I would make the next scene. He's coming to Raccoon City. Everything is so far okay, but a little bit dark. not many people on the streets, like something is very eerie in a way, like something is going on in the city, but life goes on, but he can see that something is not all right. And he goes to police station, RPD, and everybody welcomes him like as a surprise party. And he's like, wow, everybody's coming to him, shaking his hands and everything. And Leon was like, they would congratulate him, but as a new recruit, and everybody's just talking to him, like welcomes him like to the police station. Everybody was like, and Marvin comes to him and he shakes his hands. He's telling him, my name is Marvin, I'm police officer investigating blah 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 something, and Marvin gives him a gun as a present. He's like, I never had to use this handgun, but you can use it if you need it, it's your first time at job, and as a new recruit, I'm gonna give you this as a gift. Marvin gives him gun. He takes the gun from Marvin, and then start talking to other people. He congratulates him and everything. And then some guy, Brad Vick, comes and he's like, hey, is that new guy, over there? And Leon was like, yeah, I am, like, first time at job, right? and Brad, I would make Brad Vick as some guy who jokes around, like, hey, I hope you know how to shoot with that gun or some shit, like jokes like that, to try to a little bit to joke with Leon, And then he's like, hey, I have some not the Vic comes to him, Brad Vick, and he asks him if he wants to help him to be in his squad. He's investigating some murders or whatever. And in that time, when he starts talking to him, Leon was like almost to say, "Hey, yeah, I'll join you," And they get call. It's like, oh, something happened. It's already dark. It's coming dark. It's getting darker. And they got call from burglary attack. So they thought some gangs are or thugs trying to break the home somewhere, And Brad Vick comes to Leon and he says to him, hey, this is your first day at job. You want to be a real cop? Come with me right now. Let's do this together. And he brings Leon with him. And other two people. There could be some I could make there some totally different like characters. And they go together to this place that they got called. So they got over there. They see blood from the house everywhere, like on the stairs and everywhere. Leon, takes the gun. The Brad Vick takes the gun, and they start with other two police officers. They start coming inside the house to see what happened there. And they come inside the house to check what's going on, And they see group of people eating family like zombies. But before that, I would create something like virus came to one house through that was kind of not close to the umbrella lab, but it was somewhere in a I don't know. I could make some not farm, but freaking a little bit far away from RPD station. And I would make before Leon comes to that place and everything. I would make some cutscene where whole family turns into zombies through the virus. You know how Marvin gets into the as a in that room in the game Resident Evil 2, Marvin becomes zombie and he attacks you and you kill him. I would make that whole family turn it like that into zombies because of the virus was so strong. They got inside through the pipes and everything, and they got like basically gassed, and they turned into zombies without brains. You know, they died and they turned into blood sucking like fucking, you know, creatures. And they went outside and they went to first house next to them and they broke the door and they got and they ate whole family there. So then Resident Evil intro would make sense, you know, intro when it says here
who disappeared flying around the Alpha King is flying around where we're disappeared during the recently occurred in Raccoon City.
okay, so this is it.
Bizarre murder cases have recently occurred in Raccoon City.
So bizarre recent murder cases happen in Raccoon City. So Leon would be there in that first actually thing that happened. You see, when it says here 12 people were whole family was eaten, something like that.
There are outlandish reports of families being attacked by a group of about 10 people. Victims were apparently eaten.
So I would make movie about that. So that whole family turned into zombies, went outside to the neighbor's house, they broke the door as zombies, and they ate whole family there. And when this guy called police, he was already, you know, attacked by everybody. They couldn't defend themselves because zombies, you know, they eat them all. And then Leon inside would start shooting. No, Leon would not shoot. Actually, I would make Leon not to shoot anything. Like it would be Brad Wick and other police officers. You know, that would be and that would be seeing like Leon coming over there inside, and he's seeing like zombies eating like whole family there, like in the kitchen and other rooms. You know. And he will look at the zombies, and it will be kind of scene from Resident Evil 1 when zombie turns around and sees the you know, the first scene when you meet the first zombie in the game. So after that, Leon would be like freeze, you know, and everything, like stay back, you know. And then I would make Claire in the same way when he met her like in that restaurant. I would just make it like she's the survivor of that attack, and she was hidden upstairs, you know, inside the room, and that zombie was trying to break the room, and she was like, somebody help me, they're gonna, you know, kill me. And Brad Wick was like, Leon, go take care upstairs. We're gonna take care downstairs, you know. And then Brad Wick, you will not see him shooting, but when Leon starts going upstairs, you will hear the shots. Like in the Resident Evil, you can hear the shots. Something's happening in another room. You're gonna hear just like, tsh, 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 like, you know. And Leon would come upstairs, and he will see that zombie like trying to break the door. And that the zombie will turn towards him, and he will be like, or I would make like the zombie breaks the door, and that the Claire is inside the door, and zombie in that time when he get upstairs, zombie turns and he says like, get down, you know, and she gets down, and he shoots the zombie on the second floor there, and he comes to her and he comes, come with me, you know, I'll take care of you. And he grabs Claire and goes downstairs. In meantime, Brad Wick and other two police officers are fighting other zombies downstairs in the first floor. Leon jumps outside and takes Claire and tells her to stay in the car, inside the back seat of the car. And he says, lock the door, I'll come back, I'm gonna help them because they need help, you know, they are fighting inside the house. So Leon comes inside and helps, saves Brad Vick, but Brad Vick gets bitten by zombie, and but he saves him. But they don't know how this virus works and everything, you know, they don't know nothing. So they killed everybody inside, and they were like, the last scene is like Brad Vick sitting on a floor, like bleeding on his hand, and everybody's around him, like trying to help him, and you can see the scene like everyone inside every room like is dead, like they killed all the zombies, but the whole family inside the house was dead too. So next scene is they are in the police station. Brad Vick was taken to hospital, you know. And next scene is he's in the hospital trying to explain everything what happened, and they bring in those bodies to the RPD station. And Leon was like, oh, what are they doing with these bodies? Why are they bringing them to the RPD station? And chief of police comes and he says, you're a new recruit, you know, you don't need to know about everything here, what's going on. They're gonna have an autopsy, you know, we need to learn what happened over there, and you're gonna tell us too, you know. So Leon gets a little bit in trouble with the chiefs right away, like chief of the police. And then I don't know what would I make later on. I could make anything after that. Story could go on all sides. Like he's like with Claire inside police station. Like then I could make like when they did autopsy, the zombies came back from the dead again, and they started eating people down there, all these doctors and everything. And then Brad Vick turns into zombie and he starts eating everybody. He bites those people and doctors and everybody inside the hospital, and then whole hospital turns into fucking zombie fest, you know. And not just hospital, it would turn like other like places, like, you know, because I would make in the end twist, like some kind of twist that someone threw that virus into no, specific homes or whatever, like in specific areas, through some virus, so they can become those zombies, and which would be probably Wesker or somebody. But then I would just stick with Claire and Leon together, being together and trying to survive, while these zombies are coming from everywhere, from hospital, from like police station, from everywhere. And then Leon and Claire could survive and find out about Chief's betrayal and everything, like, and lab, almost same as Resident Evil. After that, it will be just a little bit different. But that's me. If I wanted to make a movie, that's how it would be my movie. That would be the start, and then I could make a story about William Birkin and stuff like that. It would be more terrifying in a way, like, you know. But Leon would be more like trying to be like serious guy, but at the same time he's like, oh, I don't know what the fuck is going on here, like I'm first day at job, you know, and all these shit's happening around me. But I don't know how would I make like yeah, that would be the basically beginning of Resident Evil 2, because Chris is in Europe. He went to Europe, you know, and it was like 2 years after that incident that happened in the Raccoon City forest. I would make like 2 years later. Chris was trying to find out who was behind all that murders behind that Arkham Forest Mansion bioweapon experiment. So he would try to find where is the core of the organization. So he would not be in the movie, but definitely Claire would be there. Yeah, I think the movie would definitely have army in it, like in Resident Evil 3. In Resident Evil 3 intro, you can see the fucking army coming out everywhere.
This is Chopper Delta, preparing to drop off at area E95070. Over.
As you can see, the zombies are everywhere. The zombies are already everywhere. It just every area has different story, how everything become, like how everything started. If the story, these zombies didn't came out just from Raccoon City, Raccoon RPD station. It was everywhere around the city. So these incidents started happening everywhere. As we can see here, we can see small kid trying to run away. But you don't have kids in the game. They remove it. They removed kids, but definitely there's a woman in Resident Evil 2 as an enemy, as I know. But no kids, no. But Resident Evil 3 zombies are the best zombies I ever made.
What are they?
I really like how they made Resident Evil 3 zombies. They look very, very unique, and they definitely had more work on this shit. They definitely were like, fuck, we gotta make it like. This is really, really, really good. Like, really dark, like eyes dark, like they don't have eyes basically. They don't even look. You can see bullet shots on this guy, like 2 bullet shots on this side. This guy is bloody. Looks like he has this girl looks like fucking alright, these zombies, they're really good too. They're really good. So, as we can see here, we have SWAT team, RPD SWAT team, and we have police, RPD police. And this is the army. Okay, again, zombies. Like, look this zombie here. He look really like. This is very nice effect. Like, he shot the zombie, and the zombie still like tries to walk towards him. Like here. Like you can see that he's shooting this here guy. You can see the blood coming out. when he shoots him. Not this zombie is very weird. They're all dead. We see zombie in the end. We see zombie.
This is Chopper.
William. Oh my. Hold on, darling.
So this lab, I found one lab on it's $19, but there are more expensive ones, but the cheapest one is $19 lab. Like this one, where is it? Yeah, this one is $19. I would get these props for if I wanted to make a room with William Birkin. These are nice props. It gives you that vibe of like science. It's called Realistic Lab, which I like it. They imported everything realistically. It looks so realistic. If you get inside the because this room here where he sits.
I'm taking care of that bullet.
There ever take you away from me.
So he threw the chair on the side. And the chair went on the side.
There he is.
But it's regular lab. Like this one. There's more to it. I can put so many things. Like to look like realistic. Like this. it would look so fucking awesome if I recreate William Birkin lab.
So you finally come.
Doctor, we're here to collect the G-Virus sample.
Sorry, but I won't just hand over my life's work.
You might hit the sample.
If you look, he has same thing as I have in my props. There was that microscope here for couple books, chairs on the side, just regular like lab like this. But mine would look like this one would look much realistically. They have different ones, but they have different ones. But this one is realistic lab, is the cheapest and I think the best props so far for that money. Like, this is sci-fi. I'm not making alien game.
That's it, all right. Okay, let's move out.
William. Oh my. Hold on, darling. I'm taking care of that bullet wound first. That he injected the G-Virus into his own body? I have to.
Sherry.
Get out of here! Run!
It would be cool. This one is $19, but I like what is this environment? It looks fucking forest like. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. Let me see a laboratory. This one is $39. Maybe a little bit graphically. But this is more like research. It's old school kinda. Very dark. This is not how William Birkin had. Nothing like this. It's more high tech. It's like this or where is that? This one is $15. This one is $50, but this is like this is more like this is not lab. Science lab, $150. Holy shit! What we got here? The lab that is $150. What the fuck is this? Looks nice, very nice. Looks very nice.
I know my life
This one is not bad, actually. It has stairs. So in my game, I was thinking to have stairs on one side and elevator on another side. But this is nothing like Lab from Resident Evil. But this one is really nice. Like this here is like something from science fiction. Like they have a. It says that he has 440 assets. No wonder it's $150. But this is very nice. It has all effects too. This one. But this is nothing like Resident Evil style. You know, this is more like, I don't know, sci-fi to me. Gives me Half-Life vibe. I need something like medical lab. This one is sci-fi too. This one is sci-fi too. What is this? Never heard of it. Contamination zone. Laboratory sci-fi. Secret lab. This one is a little bit interesting. Still not the same as Resident Evil style, kind of. You know? Something like this, maybe futuristic a little bit. Nah, this is too futuristic. This is too futuristic. This is not how a laboratory was in under the ground. But it looks nice, like very high tech. Like, I mean, this is very neat. How much? $59, $60. But this is too sci-fi. Doesn't fit my game at all. Maybe. What is this? Oh, I can make those. Oh, I need this. How much is this? $89? Holy shit. You know, this is good where I could make fight with the Tyrant when you're gonna kill Tyrant. This is basically same lab. Oh my god, this looks good. This is a little bit sci-fi. But the other one, this is more sci-fi, but more sci-fi. Deep water station. What the fuck? What the fuck? Seriously? This is good. This is good actually. Wow. This is fucking really good. If I made some horror game in underwater, it would be like what's the underwater horror like underwater alien movies? Underwater alien movies. Best sci-fi underwater. Yeah, Sphere was good. Yeah, Underwater. I never watched this one. Deep Star 6. I don't know that. I never watched this. Deep Star 6, 89. I really didn't watch this.
You know I've been no fan of heroes, but even I can't deny the good that you've done. Below the surface of the sea, far, far below, in impenetrable darkness, at unimaginable pressure, no form of life we know could possibly exist. Here, there is only silence. And the crew of Deep Star 6.
6 months at the bottom of the ocean. It's more than I bargained for.
They are explorers.
Let's bring it aboard and get the hell out of here.
What's the matter? You gonna let a few ugly fish scare you?
They are invaders.
Okay, boys and girls,
Hey,
don't
how
try
you
this at
doing?
home.
Hey bro, how you
In a
doing?
world which no human being has ever entered.
I'm just relaxing this time. I'm not building too much, but I might build a little bit. I'm gonna stream like 1 more hour. I know I need to sleep. I didn't have time streaming longer. I just wanted to, you know, put some ideas and everything. So I don't know what I'm gonna make right now. I might not do anything, you know. I was just thinking. I made the room, you know. I made the chess room. Yeah. You know when you told me make chess room, I made it. Look, it's right here. It's exactly same. So the only puzzle will be different here. Now I could make something like this, so you can move these pieces or push them, whatever. You can push these pieces or move them. And I could make some puzzle here with this shit. I was thinking to put key under it, like you move the figure and there's key there. But another thing I was thinking to move this globus. So if I could make this one physical. Oh, it's gonna fall down. Fuck. I was thinking to move this. I'm gonna play soccer now. Messi, Messi, Messi. Messi, 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 Messi. Andala, Messi, Messi, Messi. Messi, Messi, Messi. Messi, go! I'm joking. Anyway. I'm gonna put this back. Messi, Messi, Messi. Messi, Messi, Messi. I can make goal here. I should make soccer game. FIFA 2055. future soccer. It's like you do whatever you want with the ball just to score. You can hit somebody with it. You can. The new rules. But I want this will not stand there. But anyway, I made this room, so I'm gonna just show you quickly. Now, this just this chest is on the left side here, but in the game when you move the chest, there comes the book and you can read it. So you will be able to pick up this book and these papers too, but they're gonna tell you different stories than what is on the papers. It's just I will use them as a notes. You will need to move this or something else here to pick up the key under it. So there's gonna be key there. Another thing, there's gonna be ammo here, and there's gonna be battery for a flashlight. So then I started doing this room. I don't know what the fuck I wanted here. Then I stopped. I'm not gonna do anything probably right now, cause I'm not thinking to build anything. I'm just watching some things to get more informations.
Sonar contact.
Down here? I'd like to go out and take a look.
I don't know this.
Not all aliens come from space. Deep Star 6.
We're gonna have to go back.
What the fuck? It is monster. It is monster. But it's some kind of cheesy monster. It's called, what it says, let me see, let me read comments. We need more underwater based monster movies. Save your last breath to scream.
Save your last breath to scream. From the creator of Friday the 13th, Deep Star 6.
Anybody out there? Can anybody hear us? Mayday, mayday.
You know, Deep Star 6, I didn't watch this movie, but I would probably watch it. It's kind of monster movie, like monster underwater. I watched this one. This one is very like science fiction, very science fiction. But it's good movie. It's about aliens too. Sphere, yeah. This one and Sphere are really good. I liked. Sphere is really good. Dagon. I never heard about Dagon. After devastating beating yesterday, a young man and woman find themselves stranded in the fishing village. As they explore the eerie surroundings, they soon realize the town harbors a dark secret. Villagers are on them. Just see Delta and it's terrifying how human pro. What is this? Like zombies controlled by the something? I never heard of this game. This movie.
We are in a boat off the coast.
What is that?
Let's say we've got a storm coming up.
Brace yourself!
We're gonna have to take the raft into that town for help.
This is like going to Resident Evil Village. Everybody's like
Hello? We need help?
What kind of church is this?
What the hell's going on here? I'm supposed to meet someone here? A woman? Senorita? You wanna tell me what's wrong with everybody in this town?
what? They are zombies or what? Yeah, this is like fucking Resident Evil 4, The Village. Everybody's like zombies and shit. Cause these people look like zombies.
Everybody in this town?
They move like zombies.
Town? You wanna tell me what's wrong with everybody in this town?
I tell you a secret. No one leaves. People come, but no one leaves.
Why are you trying to kill us? What did we do to you?
I am here.
This was Leon Kennedy's brother stuck on another village trying to survive.
I'm waiting for you.
Barbara?
They is Raven.
And the child will be immortal.
If it happens to me, You've got to promise you'll kill me.
Come on, motherfucker.
We are children of Dagon. It is your destiny. You will forget your world and your friends.
What the
There will
fuck
be
is
no
this?
time. No today, no yesterday. Only the forever. And forever. And forever without end.
I don't have a choice, do I?
What the fuck is this? I never heard. It's a H.P. Lovecraft movie. I never heard of it. But it looks like Resident Evil 4 Village. It looks like, I swear. Below. What is below? World War II U.S. submarine picks up 3 survivors from torpedo British hospital ship. Continuing their mission, the crew starts experiencing serious this aspect. Haunted and what? They began to suspect the ship is haunted and the new passengers might be content the eerie occurrence. As paranoia and tensions rise, they must navigate dangers of the enemy above the waters and the supernatural threats lurking below. The line between reality and illusion blurs, pushing the crew to the edge of the sanity. This is really good, actually. I mean, it's good story, I guess, you know. I like World War II movies. But if they are done really good in horror way, like below trailer.
We have contact.
Starboard beam, 11 miles out, sir.
Stand by to board survivors.
Next man, let's go. Next man. We got 3 survivors. One's a woman.
Try not to fraternize with the men. Some of them get a little strange.
Strange and superstitious.
Isn't strange.
Best looking bad luck I ever saw.
In the midst of war, the crew of a U.S. submarine
Hey, you're oversteering.
Just getting some resistance, sir.
is about to cross the line.
I would watch this movie. I like underwater movies. Like, they are eerie.
Maybe we're spending more time watching that broad than watching our backs.
Mr. Bryce, we wanted to ask you about Captain Winters.
What'd you tell her?
Captain, we wanted to
Where's
ask
that
Mr.
guy?
Bryce, we wanted to ask you about Captain Winters.
What'd you tell her? Maybe we're spending more time watching that broad than watching our backs.
This guy. That's why I paused it. This guy looks like Leon S. Kennedy. He looks like Leon S. Kennedy. Oh my God.
Mr. Bryce, we wanted to ask you about Captain Winters.
What'd you tell her?
The story.
The submarine isn't a good place to keep secrets.
Their senses betray them. Their minds deceive them. Their fear surrounds them.
Just how much longer can we not say what we're all thinking? I don't believe we're alone down here.
You know, I believe the submarine crews definitely experience some kind of paranoia when they are down deep in especially during World War II. I believe that they experience some supernatural things underwater. You know, they are just top secret, you know, they don't want to publish that to the public because it's military, you know. But I believe there are some deep shits going on in the ocean, you know, supernatural or some shits, you know. They're not making these movies for no reason, trust me.
This boat is cursed.
I think we should all just take a deep breath.
Looks very interesting. I like this. I like the story. Mysterious, sense of fear. Voyage to the bottom of sea. I watched this one. Levit. I watched it. That monster in the ship. I watched. Pressure. I never heard of it. Wait, some more experience. Huh. Deep Blue Sea. This movie is so overrated. It's about shark. Jaws are much better. The Meg. I mean, it's alright. Too much CGI, but it's still a good shark movie. Deep Rising. Deep Rising is good movie, I would say. Alien movie. This scene is like when Leon from Resident Evil 4 runs away with Jet. When he runs away from the... What was that? All these games, they took all these shits from the movies.
Welcome to the great big
Dead in the water.
I got a really bad feeling about this.
The ship's infested. Let's get the hell out of here!
What the hell is that?
The girl from Ipanema.
I don't mean to sound like a wuss, but this is starting to freak me out, man.
This is how it's supposed to be a Resident Evil Revelation 1. Resident Evil Revelation 1. On the ship. They should make something like this, not...
I vote we leave. Who votes we leave?
Yeah, this scene when he was running away with the jet ski. Resident Evil. Resident Evil 4.
Rising.
Alright. Virus. The Deep House. What the fuck is that? 2021. This is new movie. I never watched this one. Valentine, a young engaged couple and YouTube content creator, travel through Europe, explore haunted houses in Southwest France. They encounter Pierre, a local, who guides them to a mansion submerged in a lake. What the fuck? This is like Resident Evil underwater. And once inside, they find the house well preserved, but experience eerie occurrences, including strange voices and unexplained drone activity. They discover images of missing children, satanic symbols, corpses, and body parts as they delve further. Their attempts to escape are ruined when the house exits become mysteriously blocked, trapping them within. What? That's very, very... You know, I like this. I would like to see this movie. It looks like it's very like suspense. What I wanted to make in my game. Like, I don't want to put too many zombies and everything. But here, I want to put, like, for example, here, when you get to the... Where's that room? Here, for example. I would love to do something different than Resident Evil did. For example, when you come here... Yeah, right here. So, when you come here, you open door here, everything is nice. And then you turn here and there is like 20 zombies inside this hallway. You know how is in Resident Evil 2, you go through this hallway and there are 2 dogs. They're gonna attack you from this side, maybe one from this side. In my game, there's gonna be here 20 zombies in this hallway. You will not be able to kill them if you don't have too much ammo. You will start shooting everywhere, like just to fucking clear this hallway. There's gonna be so many zombies here. But that's just my idea. Or I could go forever with suspense and everything, like with very little enemies, but very surprising enemies. Could be like, you don't know what to expect, something like, you know. Like you come here, it's empty, and then you pick up whatever, gun, whatever, and then you come here, you pick up some keys, items, and then you turn around and there's like 10 zombies coming inside the room. I could do that with triggers. And then you must kill them all here. Like, you killed it like 10 of them. And then again, a little bit suspense. There's no enemies, like for few rooms. And then again, I could make trigger like when you investigate here, or when you pick up something, zombies shows up here. Here, I can respawn them, and you will not even know that. You will pick up some key here, right here, something. I will put it so you can see it right away. So you pick up that thing, and zombie is gonna respawn right here in the at the beginning, right here. So there's gonna be like 10, 15 zombies, like bunch of them. There are so many of them, it's gonna be like even so hard to come back until you kill them. You will not be able to dodge them or anything, like to escape. They will just keep coming towards you, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, I'm gonna die here, they're coming. So when you come, maybe you would be able to escape from here around this, but if it's too many of them, you will not be able to run away, because they will be everywhere inside this room. So I want to create something like where's that I like that sense of in Resident Evil. How it's called? Resident Evil. No, it was called I'll check the Deep House. It was called Resident Evil 3. Where is that? Is it post office? It's not post office. Resident Evil 3. Yeah, remote. Or 999, right? Yeah, Resident Evil 3, let me see, walkthrough. Was it TV puzzle? Water puzzle. Yeah. This. Okay, this is the... This is what I want to make in my game. So basically when you get to this room, Uptown Sales Office.
You ate all my pizza rolls.
Totino's pizza rolls are 10.
Yeah, this is the one. Yeah, this is the thing.
Hello everybody, this is Dago Seda, pretty snazzy.
I'm gonna just
that, but what it was a square crank.
Okay, this is the office. This sense of horror, like
3 gunpowder.
Where is it? This guy didn't show me sales office, so
The new season of School Spirits premieres January 30th.
I know what happened to me.
yeah, this is the thing. You see how Shinji Mikami had that sense of fear, like you do everything here like everything is normal. There's no even music in this room. Everything is like you never thought that something could happen here. You unlock the door. You get inside, still nothing. Like, you're gonna get inside. Nicholas is like searching for that body, whatever. Now, you get to this room. And then the cutscene comes. This is the tricky one. This is what I like. So, this is what I like. Like, there's nothing here. You don't feel like something's gonna happen. And then, after you pick up this, watch this. The trigger comes right now. When he comes back, when you pick up this, there's another trigger made here. Right here. Here, you see? And there's cutscene. So when you pick up only this, the trigger is activated. And then cutscene comes out. The cutscene is zombies coming out. I want this, something like this. So, but in my game there will be no cutscenes. There will be no cutscenes. Like, there will be nothing like this. So there are no cutscenes. It will be just like this. You start coming back to the door where you came, and there's like a bunch of zombies coming. Like this, same thing. I want this. Like this. I want this shit to be everywhere inside that room. So you will not be able to run away. You will have to face them. I like how they did so much good zombies in this game. It was so satisfying killing them. I don't know. It was most satisfying thing in every Resident Evil game, I think. Killing zombies in Resident Evil 3 was so satisfying. And then you come inside here and there are still zombies here too. Very nice touch. This zombie animation, very nice. I like it. You see? See how they're moving? This zombie. Very nice. Very nice. But in that time AI were so stupid kinda. They couldn't they made them kinda, you know. But that's the zombies, that's the point, you know, they don't need to follow the character. Like this zombie went all the way here. He didn't chase Jill. So their AI was not perfect, but it was still good. It was still good. It would still chase your character and try to kill you. No matter what, you know. But it was very well done. Like here, this zombie gets stuck or whatever, you know. He's gonna basically follow you. If you move over here, the zombie is gonna move over here and he's gonna be here. You know. So the zombie is not gonna go through here and kill you when you move here, because he's gonna just follow you. Like when you go down a little bit, then he's gonna go down. Like this. And this zombie is a little bit faster. He gets stuck here, see? The zombies were not perfect, but the only thing good was what they made is when you get really close to them, they attack you, like they start jumping on you like with hands. They made it like maybe 1 meter, 2 meters if you are close to them, to trigger that animation. Yeah. So I like that. I like that. I like that sense of surprise, you know. The Deep House. I never heard of this. Deep House. Is this 3 years ago, right?
Nervous?
I think
Apparently it's very difficult to access. At the bottom of this part of the lake, there's a perfectly preserved house.
Let's go. There she is.
Resident Evil underwater.
Everything stayed exactly how it was.
Flashlight, I can't see a thing. Look at that.
It's nothing. I don't know. Nothing. That's it. That's the best, I guess. I was watching one anime. Anime. Um, Tap horror alien movies. I want to see is the one. I want to find that movie when they were looking for that alien in a ship. Parasite. I never heard of it this one. But this is not the one. The one that I was watching is from 80s. Blood Rain. Where was the one? Guyver was good. Bio boosted armor. That. They should make movie. New one. They should make new Guyver movie. Where's the? They should make Akira movie too. Why they don't make Akira movie? This anime was one of the best. You know. They should make movie. But really good movie. Really good with good budget. It was not from 80s. It was from 90s. Geno Cyber. This is like Guyver, but more brutal, like more blood and gore. Devilman Lady. I don't know what the fuck is that. Serial Experiment. No. Space. The cartoon that I was watching was Space. But anime. I just saw this. This is not. There's so many of them. Yeah, sci-fi. What the fuck is Apocalypse Zero? He was some kind of. They are in a space station, and some kind of alien came to them and start killing them. I don't know. Is it from 90s or 80s? Biohunter, vampire. I never watched this. This is like Resident Evil style shit. There is movie. Is it on a train? There is real action movie.
아니 이거 인터넷에서 해설이 담은 거를 좀 봐서 말이야.
This is Jill Valentine. This is Jill Valentine.
형님?
기용아.
빡쳐! 이 새끼 안 돼! 뭔일 생기면 너 다리 몽둥이 확 부러뜨려 버린다 이 새끼 너!
나 지금 긴급 상황인데 뭐하는 거야? 가!
다들 돌아버려서 난리가 나버렸는데.
But these zombies are running. These zombies are running. There is movie, real action movie. It's on a train, which is kind of weird. They made an anime. The Empire of Corpses. What the fuck? Let me see. I never heard of this one. It looks interesting, right? Trailer, please.
I suppose I'll have to begin by explaining my work. The thing I require, first and foremost, is a corpse.
The strange interests of an outstanding London Universal medical student. Unauthorized corpse reanimation and the use of illegal necroware. You really managed to get through quite a bit in a short time. I'm quite impressed.
Do you think I never expected to get caught?
So let's make a deal then, shall we?
Victor's notes are exactly what we've been searching for, Friday. It might even prove your theory true.
Investigate the Corpse Kingdom and secure Victor's notes using any means necessary.
Can you speak? What's your name? Tell me your name!
You went out into the world.
Hear me, Charles Benedict!
Track down the word
You sought the notes. You sought the soul.
and teach me the secrets of the soul.
Guide all of mankind to its salvation!
The rest is up to you! Then at last, as if fate led you by the hand,
Promise me.
you found your way here.
And thus the result is this.
He is bringing back. He's bringing back people to life. I never heard of this one, I swear. Perfect Blue, The Garden Sinners, Blood, The Last Vampire. What the fuck is this? The Last Vampire. What? There is movie and there is anime. First movie came out, then anime. Let me see a movie.
Train for a hands-on career at Universal Technical Institute.
You just have to have a little bit of drive and a little bit of...
I'm watching it because first movie came out, then anime. It's kind of weird.
Since the dawn of time, a war has raged between those who fight for the dark and those who defend the light.
You're about to get your wish. Face the leader of the pack.
She is the last of her kind, a half-blood with one purpose.
What are you doing?
It's not your war. Go home. I can take care of myself.
To seek out a demon and end what no one else can.
This is action fighting movie. But they have zombies, vampires, whatever. Lily Cat, what the fuck is that? Okay, this is Lily Cat, right? Is it? Combine space, movie, classic gore, and cat. Yeah, distant future where space travel is possible. This is the movie I was looking for. It was anime and it was in space. And there is cat. Yes, there was one cat. But was it? It's about cat? No? Yeah, I think it was. But no, this was a robot cat. This was something else. I never watched this. But it was something like... there's full movie actually online. Yeah, it was, I think, this one.
本社の社員がこれを知らないの
I think
で
it
すか
was this one.
ありがてえ会社の旗だってことは分かってるね。
It was so old. Yeah, I know it was some kind of space, and then there was some kind of monster was hunting them. But I know there was some kind of cat too. But was it this? I don't know. I was a kid when I was watching. But it was similar to this, definitely like this. I think it is, yeah. There was some alien came inside the room. And came, yeah, it was. Let's see. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It is this movie, yes. I used to watch this when I was a kid. Yeah, this alien came and he took the cat. He got inside the cat. And then he was transforming into all kind of fucking mutated like beasts inside, and they were hunting them. He was hunting all the crew. But they made it same as the Alien, like they coming outside of the capsules and everything. Yeah, it was this movie. I'm gonna watch this movie again because I was a kid when I was watching it, so I don't remember too much about Cat being robot. I forgot that scene. But I know he was transforming into all kind of creatures.
ビリー、どこ行ってたの？びっくりしたわよ。カプセルを覗いたら蓋がとっくに開いてるじゃない。
Yeah, it is this movie.
連中の様子はどうだ？かなり参ってるみたいですよ。口渡し者でも初心者ですわやっぱ。予定より作業開始。
This movie was made in 80s, yeah, 87. I was a Lily Cat, so Lily Cat. As a child, I loved cats, and I was maybe 6 or 7 years old when my mother proudly rented this video, thinking it was cute cartoon about cat in space. We actually watched the whole damn thing. She was horrified and forbid me to ever rent it again. And so naturally I did it several times behind her back. I remember hiding the VHS tape like it was yesterday, so I'm glad I found this. I'm glad I found this too. This was when I was a kid, I was watching this too. He was weird to me when I was watching because it was fun because it was cartoon. But then that shit, you know, there is gore here. That fucking monster kills people like doing, there's blood and everything, all kind of shit.
時刻を遅らせるかな。それまでにプローブを打ち出して地表の正確なデータを集めておこう。
And the story is good, much better than I think Alien. Alien is just they travel to another planet. They've got, this is more like Alien came inside the ship somehow from the space. When they were inside the space, the alien came somehow inside the ship. It's very tricky. I will never forget Lily Cat. Now I know. Wicked City. I didn't watch this. I didn't watch this too. Resident Evil movie series. I mean, Resident Evil movie series. How many of them they had? I watched the old one. Which one was Resident Evil anime series? Oh yeah, I watched the Degeneration.
SNL was the biggest show ever.
I watched the G-Virus Mutation. The Resident Evil Degeneration 2008. I watched that one. Resident Evil Super Tyrant. I didn't watch this one, I think. I watched another one. Oh yeah, I watched Vendetta. I think I watched Vendetta. Yeah, I watched Vendetta. I remember this. I watched Vendetta, but it was cheesy. But I watched the Degeneration and Vendetta. I skipped, I think, the Super Damnation. Let me see. Maybe I watched. Oh yeah, I watched this one too. I watched this one too.
Really shouldn't have done that.
This is with Leon too. But Tyrant is like here, like fucking much bigger. Oh yeah, this guy is controlling them with mind or some shit. I don't know. They made all some kind of bullshits in the fucking movies. Like, they made some nonsense because it's anime. Alright. I think Lily Cat is the best ever horror horror that anime that I watched. And best superhero anime was Cars, I think. Cars? Cars. This guy is evil. He kills all these souls. And there was some guy he was chosen to. Where else? I need to pick up something for my game. Like, what should I make over here in that room? I'm thinking like something from the movie to pick it up something. I don't know what. Right here I have this room, but here I was thinking to connect this. There's gonna be another room here and another room here. Now I can connect all these rooms to all the way to, let me see, I could go all the way here to these. Yeah, I could go to the labs. This could be this should be start of second floor here somewhere. There should be stairs or elevator. I don't think I should drag too much here besides connecting these rooms here to this lab somehow. So I could make shooting range here. So we go to these libraries and then somehow from this lab to get to the shooting range. And then parking lot is on the other side. Parking lot is on another side. Let me see something. I wanna see what I'm gonna do tomorrow. I'm just looking at it right now, you know. I'm just chilling. Just chilling today. I like these songs. I like these songs. These songs are really relaxing. I need to find something good for my game. Something like Okay, most mysterious, whatever, like mysterious, unsolved supernatural, most mysterious unsolved supernatural mysteries or case. The big gray man in Ben. Okay. How's the lights? The Great Town Mystery. What is this? In latter half of 19th century, in a little town called a woman named Esther was beset of what she claimed was poltergeist. Lived in a house with her sister. What? What the fuck? I never heard of this. I never heard of this. Sister and her family after Easter had been nearly killed by a male friend of hers who may have suffered a psychotic break. Her house began to be haunted after spending some time at another sister's house in nearby province because of her failing health as her return to began after apocalypse burned down the house. Whose house became haunted as well. Part-time actor Walter, as he was also a paranormal investigator, he investigated the house for a number of weeks, eventually writing a popular book about experiences in which he claimed to have seen floating objects as well as attacks on unseen forces. To date, no explanation has been given. Through some who investigated the stories believe it was all the hoax. What is the Aurora incident? Sleepy Town, Texas, 1897. What the hell? On April 1987, a cigar-shaped flying object, which had been spotted a number of times in the weeks prior, crashes near the village, killing its pilot. In addition, the local graveyard claims to have the corpse buried somewhere in its ground, so they refuse allowed to be examined. To make matters worse, the alien burial site is no longer marked, as its gravestone was stolen in the 1970s. When the local legend entered the national and the media descended on the small town, the story goes that the UFO crashed into a windmill, exploding into mass little pieces, leaving the pilot's remains badly disfigured. The body was given the Christian burial, and the leftover debris were tossed into local well. The most likely explanation is that a couple of drunk wanted to cover up the fact they burned down the windmill which was located on the town. Huh, but that's interesting. The Hornet Spooklight. I think dating back in 1866. The murder of Jelly Roll. Nazi killed her. Supernatural mysteries. I need something supernatural. Yeah, I saw this one. Paranormal. Unexplained sonic attacks on American diplomats in Cuba and China. What the fuck is that? What is this? Yeah, this is. I was just reading about this. A psychic from the Soviet Union is another interesting story. She was tested and showed it. She could stop frog's heart with her mind. What the fuck? I never heard of this shit. Let's investigate something.
The same energy fields that enable people like Ingo Swann to leave their body and travel through space are thought to be responsible for causing objects to move. This rare talent for moving objects by force of will alone has been termed psychokinesis, or PK. Ninel Kulagina is a Russian housewife who has this ability. These films of her demonstrating PK were made in a Russian hotel room and smuggled out of the country by American researchers. She gets the object moving with gestures of her hands or by fixating the object with nothing more than her eyes. Kulagina has been studied intensively for more than 10 years by Professor Sergeyev of Leningrad University, who has reported on her work.
That's crazy. This was recorded. Which year? Which year was this? It says in 1970s. Holy shit. 1970. I never heard of it.
These films and demonstrations are subjects of unending controversy. Is she a sensitive or a charlatan? According to those present at these demonstrations, it sometimes takes Mrs. Kulagina 2 to 4 hours to rev up her supernormal powers. Her pulse races to 250 beats a minute. She loses up to 3 pounds after a demonstration of psychokinesis.
I'm trying to get more information about, because I want to make something in my game that is supernatural, but I want to make it to be realistic, you know? I want to make a story that in some way somehow happened in real life, you know? So that's why I'm looking at these things, because I want to see, you know, if I make a story about supernatural or whatever, it must have some kind of explanation for everything, you know?
Edward Naumov is a Soviet researcher sitting to the left of Ninel Kulagina. He reports she was actually much sicker than she looks in the film. The strain on her heart was so great we had to stop the camera several times. It took us over 7 hours to make the film, and afterward she temporarily could not speak or see. For days after doing the tests, her arms and legs hurt. She felt dizzy and could not sleep. She described a sensation that usually heralds success, a sensation like that of a hot stream of energy traveling from the base of her spine up to the back of her neck and remaining there as if waiting for her to direct it.
What the fuck?
She adds ruefully that this hot current often leaves her with a bad headache.
No way.
According to the Soviet view, PK is not accomplished by mind over matter, but rather by mind over force field. The Soviets claim they've already devised machines that create magnetic and other kinds of artificial fields that increase psychic powers, particularly telepathy and PK.
You know, people studying the human mind for centuries, you know. We don't know what kind of powers we have with the mind until we use that energy. You know, mind has some kind of energy. We all have some kind of energy. You know, I believe we can. I'm petting my cat. She's cute as hell. I love my cat. You wanna be on TV? Come to me. Say hello to YouTube. My little Michi. Say hello to YouTube. Okay, you can go now. Anyway, let's see. Is this for real or we are seeing something extraordinary?
According to Dr. Ravitz, in the 1951 Yale Journal of Biology and Medicine, the action of the sun and moon also affects the body's force field. Dr. Sergeyev agrees. The most favorable time for PK is during magnetic disturbances of the Earth caused by sunspot activity. What is beginning to emerge is a new picture of the human being, not an alienated creature, but a being enmeshed in an ebb and flow with everyone and everything around him.
What the
The
fuck?
pulsing magnetic fields of machines, Earth, moon, sun, the thoughts and emotions of ourselves and other people, all affect the energy fields of our bodies, and in turn, the Russians say, our psychic powers.
Well, there is explanation for everything, you know. I believe we have some kind of... Maybe this woman...
Oh, no. That,
Maybe this woman had some kind of radiation or some kind of radiation on her. So all electromagnetic. You know when you touch your hair and like you touch your hair and you touch something like there is like you can get electricity and shit like that. You know, maybe I'm wrong, but she could have some kind of magnetic, you know, some kind of electricity inside her body or some shit. She was born like that. Cause moving stuff like around you, with your mind and hands. That's weird as hell. Like without touching anything. You know. Well, I just saw it. She was moving it on recorded in 1970. So I believe there is something. What it says, others like Silvio M. and Jean-Pierre Girard also showed that they could move objects with their minds. What? Let me see. Jean-Pierre Girard. You know, these people are... Or they're born like this, or... I don't know.
Who has had many years' experience as a communicator in the field of psychic phenomena. The bar is made of titanium aluminum alloy, which is used in the construction of the Concorde supersonic aircraft because of its lightness and strength.
I think the first thing to say is that Jean-Pierre Girard appears to be a quite normal human being. But the phenomena we could constate during the experiment were extraordinary. And I think that it's very important for medical research to understand what kind of physical change can appear around such phenomena.
You know, he's touching it. That's what I'm saying. He's bringing that electricity, whatever it is, radiation, whatever, to his hands everywhere. So when he uses again, it's gonna maybe move them or something, because there's still energy around the hands and everything. Like, you know, there is some kind of, you know, divine power, you know, that we can see, like electricity, whatever, you know, that we, something that we can see, but it's there, like, you know. So he was touching this, probably gathering all that, like, you know, source, whatever it is, magnetic or whatever. And then when he comes a little bit closer, it's gonna move. It's like magnet. I just believe it's something like that, because I can't believe that somebody moves something with his mind. If I could move everything with my mind, I would now close my door from my room with my mind. It's like I would just turn around and close my door right now. You know, if we could do that, we would be really fucking, like, it would be crazy if humans had that ability.
At the beginning of the experiment, his heart rate was 105. Then, a few minutes before, his heart rate jumps to 125, and then progressively to 160. A few seconds before the objects move. What we can say is that we can nearly predict when the phenomenon can arrive, because there are a lot of physiological parameters which change before the phenomenon appears.
So what is he doing? I don't get it. Is he gonna move that or what? I don't see it. He's okay. Let's see. You see, that's what I'm saying. You see, he still has energy around his hands, because he gathered all that energy on his hands, and then he put it on the table, and then when he gets closer, there's still on hands all that magnesium, whatever it is on that shit, you know. So when he gets closer, it's like magnet. Of course it's gonna move that shit, but it's maybe his body is a little bit different, and you know, he can pick it up things that other people can. Like, you know, a lot of people don't believe that, for example, Jesus had powers. You know, I met a lot of people who are non-believers and shit like that. You know, they don't believe, for example, like, they just think we just exist, like, you know, whatever, you know. But a lot of people can't believe it because they can't see, they didn't see those shits, you know. If they saw it, then they would believe it, you know. But that's the point, you know.
Jean-Pierre says that just before something is going to happen, he sees it as though it were already happened. It's as though he were dislocated in time, and for a moment he can jump into the future. But to do this, he must let go of himself. He must release all accumulated tension and effort of trying. At just that moment, the bar bends, or the object moves. There may be a correlation between this and the sharply rising EKG just before the phenomena. It's important that we continue to study the physiological as well as the psychological.
This one is very explainable, you know. I don't think this guy moved anything with mind. He was just gathering his magnetic, whatever they had on this shit on his hands, and when he gets closer it moves and shit like that, because they are still I don't believe in this one. The other one with Nina Kulagina is a little bit different too. Let me see this guy. This is another one. Let me see this one. There's nothing about him. What is this, Lords of the Deep?
6 miles below the ocean's surface, in the deepest part of the Pacific, man has arrived.
We have no idea what to expect down there.
They are scientists.
Yeah, let's trust in the business of science, huh?
They are invaders.
So far, so good.
But there are some places man was never meant to go.
I don't see any sign of the crew. What?
What do you think it is, then?
I don't know,
The thing could be dangerous.
but it's alive.
Contact closing. The entire subcrew just disappeared. What the hell's going on? What?
Oh, my God. I'm not sure how they got him, but they did. Martel is offering us a future.
From the Academy Award-winning special effects team that brought you Aliens, comes Lords of the Deep, the ultimate underwater adventure.
Lords of the Deep, and it was not mentioned in the top 15 best horror movies. But I never heard of this movie before, Lords of the Deep, but it looks very interesting. But Silvio M. There's nothing about this guy on internet, at least. There's nothing on this guy. He's very mysterious. At least you can go on Google. Paranormal. There's nothing about this guy. There's nothing about this guy. You sure it's 1975? What is this? Teenage psycho abilities. 3 teens showed they could move things with their minds, checked by... What? 1970, La Machine haunting. La Machine had strange knocks on the walls in late 1973. What the fuck? What is this? There's nothing about this shit. There's nothing about this shit. There's nothing about this shit. In January 1979, object moved on their own in this apartment. Okay. This could be something for my game, if it's only explainable in some way. No. I still believe that people can fake this in some way. Like moving objects with invisible like ropes and all kind of shit. Okay, the Bermuda Triangle disappearance. I don't. Investing case. Okay. Conscious project, human compassion, unsolved mystery episode discussment. Salem witch trials. Between woman, children, and man. Holy shit. Executed 19 individuals found guilty. Where is Puritan influence? Sleeping sickness epidemic. In the early 90s, a strange illness called it. Oh shit, what is this? I could use this for my game, maybe. I wanna see what the fuck is this.
Kleenex, you're gonna love it, baby. I promise, okay?
This was pandemic. We had COVID. We have COVID, but this was back in the days. Something like you fall asleep and you never wake up, or you wake
What
up
if we
after
told
one.
you that a century ago, an epidemic swept across the world that killed over 1 million people while affecting numerous others before disappearing?
What the fuck?
In the 1920s, a mysterious sleeping sickness struck New York. Some believed it was a manifestation of a concurrent flu epidemic, while others theorized it was related to polio. And while medical science has come a long way in
Imagine sleeping in epidemic. Everybody's just sleeping, nobody's working, everybody's just chilling in the house and sleeping. It's like what are you doing? I got a virus. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'll wake up tomorrow. I'll call you tomorrow.
In the last 100 years, the cause of the sleeping sickness, or encephalitis lethargica, remains unknown.
Everybody
to
was
this
sleeping.
day. So, today, we're going to take a look at the mysterious sleeping sickness that plagued New York in the 1920s. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History channel when you can. Before it had run its course, the Spanish flu would wipe out an estimated 50 million people and affect somewhere in the neighborhood of 500 million more. While this crisis understandably took precedence, it was accompanied by a lesser-known but far more perplexing virus, the sleeping
People were just sleeping.
sickness. Through the practice of a retrospective diagnosis, medical historians
If I can't come to work, I'm gonna just call my boss and tell him. He will be like, "What's wrong? Are you feeling good?" I have sleeping sickness. I have sleeping sickness.
have identified possible
But this is not
outbreaks
joke.
of
I'm joking right now. This is not joke. This is more terrifying than fucking. It looks like it was more terrifying than COVID-19. This another one happened in 1518, bro. What the fuck? What is this? Some kind of epidemic.
1580. However, the 20th century outbreak is believed to have originated
They look like they were smoking weed every day, and they just put masks right now. They are just
in Romania in 1915. World War I disguised its true impact in Europe, but it became more noticeable in New York, and doctors scrambled to identify the disease. There was plenty of confusion, but no clear answers.
I never heard about this disease.
Due to the varied presentations of encephalitis lethargica, the overwhelming demands of World War I, and the appearance of other epidemics around the same time, many doctors treated individual cases of sleeping sickness without realizing they were dealing with a wholly new illness. In fact, it took the work of Austrian neurologist Konstantin von Economo to fully isolate and categorize the disease. Economo was a wealthy aristocrat and something of a Renaissance man. To wit, he was the first Austrian man to hold the equivalent of a pilot's license, and he was trained as an engineer before he moved on to psychiatry. After doing exhausting research on the topic, Economo gave the disease its name based on what he determined to be its principal manifestation: lethargy and catatonia. In a series of monographs that are studied to this day, he argued his case on the nature of the disease from its categorization as encephalitis, which is an illness resulting from inflammation of the brain, to its varied pathologies. The sleeping sickness prompted, among other things, an examination of the nature of sleep and the difference between sleep and catatonia. However, there was a wide array of experiences reported, some of which were quite pleasant. Take, for example, an account by Eleanor Carey, who suffered from the illness in 1923. She wrote, "After 2 months of illness, I was in little pain. In fact, it was so heavenly just to be allowed to sleep. But these people around me..."
Imagine 2 months you just sleeping. Like, what the fuck? I don't know. I never heard of this before, but this was fucking scary, man. It looks like this virus attacks your brain and just makes you tired, and you just sleep. Like, you can't move. You're just basically paralyzed in some way. It's not paralyzed that you can't move or anything. It's just your brain is so heavy that doesn't want to move your body, and you just sleep. I could put something like this in my game. When I get to the point when I need to make like torture rooms and shit like that, or some kind of, I don't know what, some kind of like abandoned shit, whatever. Or I could make some kind of stories, like, I don't know.
Seemed determined to prevent my being comfortable. According to Carey, even after she realized that she couldn't sleep forever and would eventually have to wake, she found it to be a physical impossibility. She
says she could sleep forever. Imagine you can sleep forever, bro. You just wake up, eat, and go to sleep again. It's like I'll wake up in 12 hours again, and I'll eat something, and then I'll go to sleep again.
To awaken, but no matter how hard she tried, she just couldn't. Other victims reported dreams and vivid hallucinations. Doctors found that in many cases, it was possible to wake the patient, but only for a few moments before they succumbed to sleep again.
What? What the? He wakes up patient and he was like, I'm gonna go to sleep again.
During the course of the epidemic, most doctors kept and compared rigorous notes. This allowed them to examine a variety of case histories. Although because of the wide range of symptoms, it was still difficult to derive clarity from them. However, one thing that did emerge from the collected observations was the highly unpredictable nature of the sleeping sickness. One case study detailed the symptoms of a woman who suffered from encephalitis lethargica in 1917. She went to a clinic exhausted and then quickly slid further and further into a state of sleepiness. Her symptoms were also accompanied by a fever and paralysis of her right arm. All things being equal, the woman turned out to be relatively lucky, and her condition slowly improved. 2 months later, she was discharged from the hospital with no signs of fever or paralysis. Unfortunately, she passed away a month later due to pneumonia. Not everyone was lucky enough to stage even a partial recovery. One young boy was brought to a clinic on April 20th, already in a comatose state. Despite the doctor's best efforts, he passed away 8 days later. Cases of both types were common and terrifying. There was no reliable way to tell who might survive and who might not. During its acute phase, encephalitis lethargica caused somnolence, lethargy, paralysis, fever, and sometimes it ended the life of the patient altogether. Some patients, however, made a full recovery, and amazingly, it often happened without any treatment at all. While a quick recovery was, no doubt, a huge relief, it didn't mean the disease was necessarily finished with them. In fact, after recovering, many patients developed some form of Parkinson's disease, a progressive nervous disorder that often causes the loss of muscular control. Parkinson's can include a wide variety of symptoms, and one of the most extreme forms was often seen in survivors of the sleeping sickness, akinesia. Essentially, this means total body paralysis. Some of these patients remained in a paralytic coma for many years. Movie fans of a certain...
No way, bro. Many of them fucking being... Bro, imagine 3 years being asleep, bro. He was in coma 3 years.
Age might remember Leonard Lowe, a real person played by Robert De Niro in Penny Marshall's fact-based 1999 drama film Awakenings. Leonard was exactly this sort of patient.
What? They have a movie with Robert De Niro back in the days?
Frighteningly, it is possible for a patient to fall into a deep, akinetic coma at pretty much any point during a case of encephalitis lethargica. This uncertainty often came back to haunt people who thought they had completely survived the disease, only to develop a worsening case of Parkinson's years later that culminated in a coma. Since the cause of the disease was unknown, these comas were thought to be irreversible, and those who suffered them were largely forgotten, as long-term coma patients often are. However, as shown in the aforementioned Awakenings, when the renowned British neurologist Oliver Sacks began treating them with a drug called L-Dopa, some of them were able to interact with the world for the first time in 40 or more years. Overshadowed as it was by the Spanish flu and World War I, the sleeping sickness didn't really come to the public eye until Oliver Sacks wrote his groundbreaking story in Awakenings, a book that movingly detailed his interactions with patients who suffered from the disease. Sacks was responsible for the proliferation of L-Dopa, the medication that awakened many of these patients. And in the book, he described the challenges of bringing people from the 1920s into the 1960s. The book was a massive success.
What the
and
fuck? Imagine you sleep 40 years and they... It's like, what year is this? It's like, oh, you were sleeping like 40 years. No fucking way. How is that possible? Is that for real? For real?
Pieces of medical nonfiction ever written. A fiction.
You just said 40 years. There was one patient 40 years. Imagine 40 years. I'm gonna return it again. He woke up 90-60, I think. That's crazy.
Patients who suffered from the disease. Sacks was responsible for the proliferation of L-Dopa, the medication that awakened many of these patients. And in the book, he described the challenges of bringing people from the 1920s into the 1960s.
From 1920 to 1916, he was trying to wake people up. They were probably on those machines, respiratory machines or something. They were just breathing and they were feeding them through the tubes or something, just so they can have food inside the body, but they were sleeping like for 40 years. Imagine that dream, bro. 40 years you're dreaming something. And then you wake up and be like, what the fuck? What year is this?
The book was a massive success and is still considered one of the best pieces of medical nonfiction ever written. A fictionalized version.
It's non-fiction, so it's real. I could put something like this in my game. Like something like I don't know, like like I could put this guy was fall asleep 100 years ago. No, 100 years ago. But like I could make him like he fall asleep and he never woke up after that. I could make some story about that shit. But that's gonna be on the second floor. Second floor is gonna have something else. You know, right now it looks like this. It looks small, right? But it's gonna be like the map is gonna probably be the map is gonna, this is just one part here. It's gonna be one part. Now we're gonna have outside a little bit, you know, maybe some forest, something like graveyard. But anyway, I was thinking like when you get out from the house, when you kill all these zombies and everything, you will need to find a way out. I recreated exactly like in Resident Evil. Resident Evil 0. Chess room, yeah, chess room. It looks nice, right? I was thinking to turn this globus to American side. Like this. United States, Canada. Canada! So when I get here, let me see. Now I'm gonna see Canada here. Canada! Pacific Ocean and North Atlantic Ocean. I was just thinking to have this side, but I put this one because there's more land on this one. It looks much nicer on this side. But it's same shit. You can't go behind. But can you jump on it? No, I can't. I can't jump on it. Alright, that's good here. I wanna make here in the library about good and evil. You know, library is gonna be about good and evil. What I mean about that is like Mel Gibson. Did you watch his interview last time that he had on Joe Rogan? I don't know. Do you watch Joe Rogan? I know. Imagine, yeah. Imagine all 3 years you lived whole life in a dream thinking it's real, then wake up to find out you're in a coma. It kind of reminds me of Mr. Ballin's story. Mr. Ballin, I never heard of that. What, he was in a coma and woke up? You know, that's trippy thing, you know. It's really like, you know, it's trippy thing, like you sleeping but you live. Like, you know, you are alive but you sleeping. Like here, this part with Jesus. I don't know, should I put blood on Jesus? What do you think, brother? Wait. Let me see something. Wait. Like this. So, I wanted to make something about like good and evil, you know? Good and evil. This, when you get in the library, you're gonna read a lot of notes about good and evil. What I want to say is like, I want to talk about like hell and heaven a little bit. I want to go a little bit deeper into religion. I'm gonna mix religion in the game a little bit. Like about evil, spiritual, like shit, like that humans are fighting with like all their life, like spiritually, like, you know. Like I put this get out of here because this is what devil wants you, you know, to get out of here. Like I want to make like some kind of supernatural story about devil and not devil versus God because I want to make like good versus evil thing, like, you know what how what's his name, Mel Gibson said something like he's making resurrection new resurrection movie, so he said something like where is that? Let me see. Uh, I want to just shorten. Okay, this is.
I think. Look, I think we're looking at a world where, and this is in the next film I'm going to do. I'm going to try and tackle this question. That there are big realms, spiritual realms. There's good, there's evil, and they are slugging it out for the souls of mankind. And my question is, why are we even important? Little old flawed humanity, why are we important in that process where the big realms are slugging it out over us?
So you see, I want to make something like that in my game, you know, where I'm gonna put this player into like to think about a little bit about this stuff, you know, when they start reading it. But I don't want to pull up Bible or something like that, like Revelation, whatever, or something like that. I want to make stories about good and evil, like it's spiritual fight that humans are battling all their life, like why we exist, why we are doing things that we are doing, why they are murders, why they are like you know, there is always something, like everybody's born for some reason, you know, everybody's born for something, like, you know, if one person didn't, if for example your house catches fire, for example, you know, and your neighbor comes just right in right time when you need help. He comes back from the work, you know, and sees your house on a fire, and he comes inside the house and he saves your dog and saves you, whatever. He breaks the door or something, like, you know. Now, what I want to explain is like how good and evil happens, like, you know, bad things happen in life, but there is always something that happens that saves you in life, you know, like we're in the right time, or you know, like Chinese were saying, like there is always like Bruce Lee was saying, like there is yin and yang, like in every good there's something evil, and in every evil there's something good, you know. So I wanted to explain in this, when you get to this part of the game, it's gonna be like battle between good and evil, like, you know, you're fighting your own demons. Some people are fighting their own demons because, you know, they don't have everything what they want in life, or they lost love of their life, or they lost uh, like they lost something, some part of their something that is very precious to them in life, and then they need to cope with that. Like sometimes, you know, it's not just man, woman too. For example, you know, a lot of women deal with it, like they are left alone with kids and stuff like that, and you know, they a lot of people, a lot of back in the days, like World War II, you know, a lot of people went to the war, you know, and they never come back. All these women that were stayed with kids, they stayed alone, you know. Everyone who died, they didn't come back. So, and now the deeper question is like, oh, who moves these wars? It's some, you know, group of people who are in charge, you know, throwing other souls to the trenches while they're sitting and eating fruits. You know what I mean? So there is always something like corruption, the system, and so this thing here, hold this library. The library is gonna be bigger. I'm just making this like right now. The library, I have more ideas for library. It's gonna be definitely extended. This is just, you know. So it's gonna be like human mind fighting like evil thoughts, and through doing good things. You know what I mean? Like if you do good deeds, you know, you're gonna feel better. And not just that, everything you do good, it's gonna come back to you. Maybe not now, but in 5 years, 10 years, depends. When you mostly not expecting things gonna come back to you, you know? So there is that thing like Mel Gibson said, there is some spiritual realm that we don't know, that we don't see it, because you know when Jesus was on this planet, he tried to explain people everything, but you can't explain people everything, you know. If I was God's son and came on the planet as a human to explain humans that there is something out there beyond death and beyond afterlife and beyond everything, I mean, a lot of people will not believe that shit, you know. We here in that's why we have, until he starts showing them things that people couldn't believe it, you know. He was healing people, he was doing all some kind of supernatural things that human beings would not be able to do it. And then when they saw those shits, they were like, oh fuck, you know, he's something else, you know. People were probably afraid of him, you know, in some way. Not the ones who knew him, because he was good soul, like, you know, he was pure soul. He didn't have sins. He didn't have, because he knew everything about human beings and how we feel, how we think, how we, you know. But from God's point of view, if he looks at us as humans, he doesn't, you know, we can be on his level of thinking and consciousness, but we can't understand what he wanted to try to tell us. You know what I mean? So he basically gave us everything on this planet, and we just need to live our life, you know. But we have, that's why he said there is I'm up there, you know, in the heavens, but here on earth it's only you and the devil, you know. Devil is on earth, but devil was destroyed. Devil tried to destroy humanity, but he didn't know that God had planned for everything, and that he came here to sacrifice himself for our sins. And people still don't understand that. So this library is gonna be like about that, like about good and evil, about a lot of shit, like spiritual things and stuff like that. Then I will move on to another part, which will be totally different again story. It's gonna be story after story. But I want to somehow to connect them all. I don't want to make like in one part of the game there is something supernatural, and then in another part game everything is like realistic and shit. I can't do that. If I want to approach the game through like realistic way, I need to do that until the end. You know, I could make some things then, and it's up to you. Will you believe it or not? Like, I could make this everything to be like something like this guy is in a coma and he's just finding his own demons inside his dreams, like lucid dreams. Like for example, you're awake but you're still dreaming and seeing things. So this could be, it could be something like that. I don't know how am I gonna do that in the end of the game, but I wanted to do something like he was just like maybe imagining all of this, you know. He was fighting his own demons. He was just the person who got shot. He tried to kill some criminal, and it was robbery or something, and he got shot, and he was in a coma. And all these things that is happening here in the game, it's just like him visioning, like have those visions through dreams and everything, like that. This is, he's trying to like to solve like some things, but but still I'm thinking like if I do that, it's still supernatural, like, you know, Like that guy was like dreaming 3 years. Imagine dreaming 3 years. Like whatever he was dreaming, to him it was reality in some way. Because he didn't have another reality besides dreams. So he was fighting like it was good versus evil inside his mind, you know? Basically, he was fighting his own demons, his own dreams, nightmares, and whatever kind of dreams he had when you are in a coma. But I could make a different story that you are really detective and you came here to investigate things, but then you will find out, like Leon in Resident Evil 2, he found out that there is lab under RPD station and they were making bioweapons. But it's really
And I think there's bigger things at play here. And institutions that purport to touch on the divine are necessarily going to be affected by that slugfest that's going on between good and evil. I think
but there is something out there, you know. There is something out there that we can't see, but it's out there, you know. But this, I never heard about this sickness before. There's another one. We're part of those who got it couldn't move, but they were still awake and aware. It's like lucid dream, right? Like lucid dreams. What causes this sleeping sickness epidemic is still a mystery. Something it might have started with the rare bacteria. Others believe it could be a type of Encephalitis lethargica. I don't know how they're spelling that shit. Which inflames the brain and cause weird symptoms. You see? We still don't understand our brain. We're still trying to, you know, learn and everything, you know. But as I said, supernatural things definitely are happening on this planet. It's just a couple days ago, for example, my cat, something weird happened. Maybe my cat went through the like I have small hallway, and she went next to me and she went on a corner of hallway. So I went in a corner to peek where is she, and she was not there. And like, where's she hiding now, you know? And I turned around and my cat was behind me. And I'm like, how the fuck did she get behind me? Because that hallway is very small when I'm going. And I saw her left through that hallway. So there's no way she went next to me, somehow sneak out that, and she was behind me. It's like she went to the hallway and then she teleported behind me. I'm like, what the fuck, you know? It's weird thing, but there is explanation. Maybe she sneak out next to me somehow that I didn't see it. That's why we see things that we want to see, but we think like with our mind that we saw things and think that they are right, but actually something else happens, you know, that we don't maybe didn't see it and didn't pay attention and then missed that part. Like I didn't see Cat that she walked next to me because she went in front of me. I look at back. I came over there in the corner. I look at she's not there. And I look at behind me and she's standing behind me. How the fuck she was behind me? I was like, what the fuck? It's weird. Things happen in life and you can't have explanations, you know. But sometimes it's our mind making tricks, you know. The cat probably sneak out next to my legs. I didn't see it. She was maybe a little bit fast. and I thought she was still in that room. So when I turned around, she was next to me. There's always explanation for something. But so yeah, that part I'm gonna make like you know, like good versus evil. That's good thing, right? You know. You know that guy that was making the Passion of the Christ? He got struck by lightning on a. He just said that before a week ago. He had an interview. He said when they were recording Passion of the Christ, he got hit by the lightning. That's crazy, right?
Well, the resurrection is the one that is the
Where is he?
The future of your business.
Yeah, I want to
is
touch
here.
this subject too
With
in my
Wix,
game,
you
like
get advanced AI capability.
like
there's
life after death, and stuff like that. To put a little bit player into to think a little bit. It's not, as I said, I met a lot of people who are not believers, who are, you know, who are believers, and but there is, if you think about it, somebody created all this planet and everything. No matter, we are so small, we don't, we don't even realize, but there is God. There must be God because everything was created for something. All these planets and everything, sun. There must be some kind of super divine being over there that created all of this shit. Not just us, but universes. Maybe who knows how many universes we have in. It's weird when you think about it. As humans, as we think, when you think about there is something out there and we are just living on some planet out of nowhere, like it's weird, but it is what it is. God gave us life, and we just need to live. As I said, He gave us everything, from food to we just need to use it and cooperate with each other.
There are logical reasons why I believe. So,
like, what are those?
Oh, okay. Stuff that happens in your own life. The results you get from actually appealing to a power greater than yourself, And I mean, I don't think it's any secret. I am.
Yeah, what I want to say about good and evil, I didn't finish that story. Like, for example, when I was talking about that fire in the house, there's fire in your house or whatever, and then neighbor comes and saves you. If that neighbor was not born, and if he didn't come, for example, in right time, for example, things would be different. You would not exist then. My house would burn, my neighbors would not save me, and so that's why I'm saying every life, every soul has some kind of purpose in life, like to help somebody, to whatever.
Am flawed in the fact that I am by nature born an alcoholic, right? I did drugs, I did alcohol, so and there was nothing that could stop me from doing that. Nothing. So I was really kind of you're on a downhill run. So I regard the fact that I was able to appeal to something greater than myself to help me and actually stop me doing that. I think that's a miracle. It is.
You see, he was drinking a lot. I know before, like 10 years ago or something, he beat up, he hit his wife or something. I don't know, what was it? He was just after Passion of the Christ. I think he some weird people didn't like that he made that movie, you know, in Hollywood, you know. You know, he said that he was oppressed when he was making this movie, Passion of the Christ, back in the days. A lot of people came to him, tried to brainwash him and all kind of shit, you know. But he made the movie, you know. It was a good movie. You know. You know, there was a lot of Jesus movies, like back in the days, in 70s, 80s. They were making so many of them. So making new movie about Jesus is not gonna, you know, nothing will surprise me. I already know the story. I already know everything. So I don't know why people in Hollywood were against him making that shit, like, you know, because it was already done. It's like making Resident Evil remake. It was already done. We don't care about remake. We're gonna play it, but it was already done. Resident Evil 1 was released. Resident Evil remake 1 was released. So if they make now Resident Evil another remake 1, I would not be surprised. I already seen all these things, you know. Like today, it's really like, I don't know what's wrong with Hollywood, but they shouldn't, you know, put pressure on him making that movie. Just, you know, he's just trying to explain, you know. But there is more than you know, we think it is. It's like, you know, we don't know nothing. We're just human beings on one planet, you know. Before us, there were so many life. There's so much life on this planet. We don't even know. We know about dinosaurs because dinosaurs died before us. But what happened before dinosaurs? Millions and millions years. We can just make theories, you know. You know, but we don't know exactly what existed on this planet and how many generations existed, you know, and how long humans beings gonna last. Like Trump wants to make that Stargate now. Stargate AI.
Who goes from working at their...
Like this gonna help us in medicine and everything, like. So I can make in the end of the game, you should watch this Joe Rogan episode clip, bro. What do you think the video is called? The video game design thinks we're living in simulation. Yeah, I know. We could be. I'm telling you, it could be. If I could create this, if we can create this, you know, these robots and all this, like I created this and I'm moving this character, like, you know, this character is moving as I want to. But you never know how machine and AI can, you know, we are controlling this. If somebody controls us like I'm controlling this character, then that's really, like, you know, beyond our thinking, beyond our imagination, beyond our creation or anything. You know what I mean? But there are some forces that we studying and everything. That's why you must believe in God and everything, because there are some forces that we can't explain, you know. Things are happening that we don't have explanation sometimes, you know. You're gonna see things or experience things that you're gonna just not know how to explain that. But it will happen. No matter, every human being will experience some kind of supernatural or things that will, like, question. You will question things, but you don't need to question when these things happen, you know. You just say, you know, sometimes think God will test you or do things to you to just put you down. Not to put you down, just to teach you a lesson or something, like, so you can become better person, better human being, you know. So you must sometimes experience some things to give you more power and energy, because that's how we grow, I guess. But yeah, Trump wants to make Stargate AI, which will help us in medicine. In like they will put robots inside the hospitals and everything, and you will come over there, and Stargate AI will tell you, for example, oh, you need surgery right now for your kidney, and that's it. And when AI says that, the surgeons will bring you to the surgery room, and they're gonna do operation immediately because AI told them to do it. I don't know, is that good thing? But they will study it, and if it's correct 100%, which should be, you know, we have now a lot of things AI is correct, but a lot of things AI could go wrong, you know. Like one guy from 70s, what it says, or no, I don't know, it was somebody said, yeah, you know, we created machine that can only learn. So more the machine learns, more will know. But if that machine figure out that everything that learns, if it learns so much that figure out how to control all these things that he learns, that machine can become something like Terminator, you know. He could think for himself and everything, you know. So that people needs to understand, we don't know too much about machines and everything. Yes, we created them, we created computers and everything. But you know, there is we teaching too much AI, a lot of stuff, but it helps humanity, helps us, you know. Like in 20 years from now, people will ask themselves, oh, how people from 80 were living, like, without touch screens or whatever, you know, like and shit like that, you know. They will question themselves, how did that generation live. But yeah, this is the you must, I was listening a little bit about this, but this is very interesting.
Back from having a nice life. It's my honor to welcome 3 of the world's leading technology CEOs. And in the case of Larry Ellison, it's well beyond technology. He's sort of CEO of everything. He's an amazing man, an amazing business person. But to announce the largest AI infrastructure project by far in history, and it's all taking place right here in America. As you know, there's great competition for AI and other things, and they're coming in at the highest level. We're joined by Oracle Executive Chairman Larry Ellison, SoftBank CEO, my friend Masa Yoshi-san, and CEO of OpenAI, and I would say by far the leading expert based on everything I read, Sam Altman. So that's great that you're coming in together. That's a massive group of talent and money. Together, these world-leading technology giants are announcing the formation of Stargate. So put that name down in your books, because I think you're going to hear a lot about it in the future. A new American company that will invest $500 billion at least in.
So if you are investing money in anything, invest right now in Stargate AI. In 4 years from now, Stargate AI is going to be everywhere. Not just in the United States, it's going to be in Europe, even in China. They're going to probably force even Russia to use it. In the end, Russians are going to use it. Everybody's going to use it. So Stargate AI is going to be future of the world. So if you want to invest in anything in the world right now, invest in Stargate AI, because you're going to be rich in 4 years. You don't need to invest too much. Invest $300, $400. And you're going, in 5 years from now, you're going to have 5K or 10K or 20K you're going to cash out. So be smart. Think, you know. So a lot of people are going to invest in this shit because they are already building it. It's going to get bigger and bigger every year.
In AI infrastructure in the United States and very, very quickly, moving very rapidly, creating over 100,000 American jobs almost immediately. This monumental undertaking is a resounding declaration of confidence in America's potential under a new president. Let me be a new president. I didn't say it, they did. So I appreciate that, fellas. But it'll ensure the future of technology. What we want to do is we want to keep it in this country. China is a competitor and others are competitors. We want it to be in this country, and we're making it available. I'm going to help a lot through emergency declarations because we have an emergency. We have to get this stuff built. So they have to produce a lot of electricity, and we'll make it possible for them to get that production done very easily at their own plants if they want, where they'll build at the plant, the AI plant, they'll build energy generation, and that will be incredible.
They're building energy generation. No, I didn't invest. I don't do investing, but I should on Stargate AI because this is gonna be future. They're gonna build one huge supercomputer. It's one of the biggest computers in whole world. They invested $500 billion in this, so they're gonna build like things that you will see. I can't explain to you. It's gonna be much like futuristic shit, you know. It's gonna be something that will change whole humanity. Michi.
But it's technology and artificial intelligence, all made in the USA. Beginning immediately, Stargate will be building the physical and virtual infrastructure to power the next generation of advancements in AI, and this will include the construction of colossal data centers, very, very massive structures. I was in the real estate business. These buildings, these are big, beautiful buildings. They're going to employ a lot of people. And physical campuses and locations currently being scouted nationwide. They're making their choices of locations. I think they have their choice.
Thanks for watching. Stay.
So what is this? You know, you can search online a little bit more about it, but it's about new technology and everything. It's something like Terminator thing. You know what I mean? But on different way.
You know, there's other logical reasons.
So so on second floor, I was thinking to make some AI lab where, like in Code Veronica, there is AI, right? There is AI that controls I think that building or some shit. I know there is some AI. It's called Code Veronica. But I think, let me see. Code Veronica. Code Veronica. AI. The voice controlled AI system is Python-based project that empowers users to interact with computer using voice command AI. No, another one. I wanna see I don't think I can find this. My cat is around me. She touches my legs and I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, I wanna find there is Okay. Okay, it captures by security. Okay, then is deported to prison on the Umbrella-owned Rockford Island. She now has to escape island and stop the plans of siblings whose family runs the island and is trying to regain their control over Umbrella. Yeah, but Code Veronica is named because of that fucking Veronica that was controlling that whole place. Anyway, I'm gonna rest, but as I have plans, so plans are for the next. I'm gonna finish this room, and I'm gonna move it here. But as I said, this all is gonna be like good versus evil until you get to this door here. So I made this door on purpose so you can connect. When you get from this, you're gonna pick up key, and you're gonna get here through these doors. But they're gonna bring you to the library from this side. So, but I will not make. You will not be able to come from this side. Only from library side you will be able to come to here, or I could make like close there, so you can come to the library side. Let it be separated from this part. This is gonna be just lab. I think I should move this door. I had plans to connect library and these whatever, like experiments. But yeah, anyway, I could make these like things so you can move them, you know, so you can play chess for yourself if you want to. What I'm saying is that the video on YouTube is called the title is this video game designer thinks we're living in simulation. Yeah, I think I watched that before when he was talking about simulation. Is this I watched that long time ago. But yeah, I know what you mean. He was talking about simulation. Are we living in this world? Like, are we just like programmed to live like this, you know? But as I said, I could make these all things to be movable, so you can play your chess by yourself here in some way. Like, you know, so you can make chess by yourself. For example, if I wanted to play now, but I would do that only for fun, fact. But it doesn't. I don't need to. For example, when you play chess, now I can move this here. Let me come from this side. It's easier for me to move. Like, you can put it here. Damn! My piece left! Pick up that piece. Okay, put it here. So. Alright, this one is destroyed. I'm taking it. Now he can eat me here. I'm gonna play chess a little. I'm gonna take this. Now, what's next move? Huh, interesting. I'm just kidding, you know. I don't want to make this, but I could make it just so people have fun here. But I would I would make moves. I would make like something like that you can play by yourself. Unless I make it multiplayer with 2 players, so you can have one friend with you, and you can just play chess. That would be funny, right? But I believe this is gonna be single player. Anyway. Good versus evil. Good versus evil. You see, he's killing serpent. He's fighting evil. The serpent wanted to kill him, but he came with the golden horse and he killed him. You know, back in the days, we called they have different names: angels, aliens, extraterrestrials, all kind of stuff. But if you look through the history of the humankind, there is always some story, something came from the sky. Whatever it is, angel or however they call them. Native Indians had different names for them. Christians have different names for them. You know, every religion have different name for them, but they all have same meaning, which means there is something out there that everyone believes. It's just that they're calling them different names and different stuff, but in collective way, it's same thing. Like when I say God, you know, if you say on different religions God, it's still God, you know. Doesn't matter if you call him different names, it's still God. We still believe in something that is out there, you know, bigger than us and bigger. But you know, when I started making horror game, you know, my mom was like, don't do that, you know, don't make horror game. Make some love game, like where a guy falls in love with some girl and, you know, stuff like that. And I love horror, you know, I love horror from when I was a kid. So I want to make horror game. You know, my mom thinks it's gonna bring me bad omen or some shit, like, because I'm making all of this bloody things. It's just a game. I already said to God, forgive me because I'm just making the game. I don't doing this, you know, I'm just doing this because I love to do this. I'm game designer. That's what God created me, to be game designer. Forgive me, Jesus. Amen. Alright, I'm gonna go to sleep now. And I'll stream tomorrow a couple hours so I can finish everything. Anyway, I'll see you until tomorrow. Strange cases, infected. Alright, brother. I didn't read everything. I feel like the world is changing slowly but surely into the sci-fi movie. It's crazy, like when we'll be good with technology. We already have, like, what is their goal with all of this? I think their goal is to create a better life for us, but you know, I'm not saying AI and machines and computers didn't help us in life. I feel like they're controlling our life now with these things, you know. We are into them so much, especially new generation that is born. I'm seeing kids with 3 years old. They didn't even start walking, and they holding iPads and phones with them, you know. When I was kid, I didn't know what the fuck is toy, like with the like regular toy, like this Batman toy. It was fascinating for me. But Shawn Michaels. But anyway, Shawn Michaels. I'm just a sexy boy. Sexy boy. Not your boy toy. But I'm saying, like, you know, Nowadays, kids are so freaking intelligent, man. I swear to God. They're holding on iPads, computers, laptops when they are like 2 years, 3 years old.
Marketing and creative decisions can be hard, but maximizing marketing and creative impact is easy with Smartsheet.
Do I play chess? Yeah, I'm really good at chess. I want to challenge that girl. What's her name? Botex? That girl, Botex girl? Yeah, I want to challenge this girl in chess. I want to beat her in chess. I could beat her easily. If she ever finds me, I will beat her in the chess. She's not that good like she looks like, you know. She looks good, but she's not good at chess. I can beat her in chess. Alright, I'll see you, bro. Good night.
I know I'm sexy. I've got the looks. The tribes are going wild. I've got the moves that really move 'em. I said chill.